Hey John, it's me, Gazorpazorp Field, and I really could go for some enchiladas.
89.7 KRUI.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? You're listening to KRUI 89.7 Iowa City, streaming online at KRUI.fm. My name's Justin Comer. The show is called iHearIC Radio. It's about local music, local art, local musicians, local artists, etc. Today's show is a bit of a preview episode. We have a concert coming up this Friday at the Java House starting at 8 p.m. featuring performances by Alexandro Cazares and Sean Miller, Dodge Street Duo, Jennifer MacBain-Stephens, and Tyler Katz. So, I'm going to be featuring a bunch of recordings of those artists to get you in the mood. Without further ado, let's just jump right in, you know? Alright, so up first I'm going to play a song by Flash in a Pan, because the Dodge Street Duo is a subset of this group. They're a very successful local folk group, and this is a live recording of them performing at Bowl Full of Blues. They're playing He Will Set Your Fields on Fire, which is a song by, according to my research, Viona Braskett and C.M. Balu. Here we go.
Sin retired, He will set your fields on fire. You have heard Jesus call, and in death your soul must fall. But my friend, if you desire, you may join the heavenly choir. Rejoice with Him, free from every sin, when He sets this world on fire. Rejoice that trusted in His grace. You have flushed with sin as He knocked within, but still you hide your face from the blessed Lord and His own true word. But still you say retire. Leave the downward path, kindle not His wrath, or He'll set your fields on fire. From sin retire, He will set your fields on fire. You have heard Jesus call, and in death your soul must fall. But my friend, if you desire, you may join the heavenly choir. Rejoice with Him, free from every sin, when He sets this world on fire.
He will set your fields on fire. You have heard Jesus call, and in death your soul must fall. But my friend, if you desire, you may join the heavenly choir.
When he sets this world on fire.
Thank you.
Hey, could you hear me?
I can hear you.
I think we're on the radio right now.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. All right, so sorry, I had to interrupt that music I was playing. Who am I speaking with right now?
This is Michelle. You've all heard me before.
Yeah, you've been on the show before. Where are you currently?
Right now I'm in flight 4957.
And which airline is that? Which airline is that?
American Airlines.
Okay, so if you're listening at home, you can look up that flight number to watch Michelle's journey home. And you're in Chicago right now, yeah?
Yes, we were supposed to leave about 3 hours ago, but we kept getting delayed slightly, and now we're just sitting in the airplane at the gate.
Great. So
about to taxi down the runway any minute now.
Yeah, so we were planning on actually having you in the studio today, but
Right. I was supposed to be home by now. It's actually flight 3584. We just looked it up.
Thank you for the correction.
So track us.
Yes.
Follow me at 3584.
And that's American Airlines.
Right.
Okay, so today's episode of the radio show is a preview of the concert that we're doing on Friday.
Okay.
So are you going to be in attendance for that?
I hope so. Oh, you hear this announcement from the pilot?
I hear something in the background. I can't hear what he's saying, though.
It's just the pilot, just saying some jizz jab.
Nothing you need to worry
It's
about?
It's not important, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, we won't worry about it then. Yeah, so if you come on Friday, it's at the Java House. We're going to start at 8. And
Okay.
you're going to hear some performances by Alexandro Cazares and Sean Miller, Dodge Street Duo, Jennifer MacBain-Stephens, and Tyler Katz.
Sounds like a good lineup.
Yeah, you will enjoy it if you come.
Yes. I'll plan on it. I may have to pick up my cat in case I can't get her tonight.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, is there anything you'd like to say to the listening audience before your plane takes off?
Well, we just got delayed again.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think that's what the pilot was saying. Am I right about? Yes. Something about the weather.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh, they're switching flight crews because now their computer system won't let the flight crew log in, so
And
we're delayed some more.
Yeah, and you were supposed to leave like 3 or 4 hours ago, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Great. So you're having a great day.
It's a very good day.
And you're
I'm eating some mini, very tiny pretzels. It's a good day.
You're going to come home to a bunch of snow. I'm just warning you.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So I need to jump back into the music now.
All right. Well, I got to go enjoy this flight, I guess.
Yeah, thank you for calling in. I appreciate your contribution to iHearIC Radio.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you made it home okay, and many hours before I did, even though we left from the same place this morning.
And I left like an hour later, but I took a different route, which turned out to be a better idea, I guess.
Good job.
All right, well,
good job on that thing.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'll see you when you're back at some point.
All right, have fun.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right, that was oh, that's gonna keep going. Let me turn that off. There it goes. Okay, I'm back in my headphones. I wasn't for that entire conversation, so I was a little bit disconcerted there. All right, so before I cut in with that phone call, I was playing a composition by Tyler Katz entitled Woodwind Trio for Solo Woodblock Player. The performer is Travis Newman, and I'm going to jump right back into that. So Tyler is a composer, but they will be performing some clarinet pieces on Friday. So it'll be quite different from what you're hearing now, but I thought that this piece was really fun to listen to, so I thought it would be good to include today as a preview. But before we jump back into that, let's hear a little bit of this.
Log of the Starship Enterprise, stardate 5943.7.
Captain Kirk, this is Lieutenant Uhura. Mr. Spock is ready to patch in. Go ahead, Mr. Spock.
I'm on the surface of the destroyed barbarian planet now, Captain.
Destroyed? What do you see, Mr. Spock?
The surviving inhabitants are in a dreadful condition. It seems they can't control their limbs, and their minds are dull and useless. Fascinating. They seem to be in a state identical to that curious 20th century Earth disease called hard drug abuse. I suspect it has destroyed all meaningful life on this wretched planet.
A tragic find, Mr. Spock.
As a Vulcan, I find the need for hard drugs to be totally illogical.
But as a half-human, Spock, surely you can appreciate the suffering that hard drug abuse causes. We can only hope that other civilizations will not make the same mistake.
fantasy in a second location. Like horses locked in at the starting gate, sometimes we explode into the world by accident. Sustenance is dread at the Quickie Mart with Mrs. She had to take us. So unstable thinking about her doll daughters. Will she sell our organs at checkout? The second hand on the 2, the hour hand on the 1. So this is what it's like in the afterlife. Air to breathe. What it's like? Maddie whispers, thinking we could explode her body apart with the metal cart. One hard celestial push and the aisles dizzy with coupon codes, tasting tables, beeps and footsteps, emergency vehicles abound. Smell the slimy prosciutto like Mrs. Tongue. Mister's face too close in the dark. Lick the hot cheese dip for eternity, you twat. See an entire dry cracker buffet in alternate time zones. Plummet into green broccoli trees. Where it is there. No, there. The body should be there. The strands of hair, the splatter. I see it all. Playing watcher kneeling on gummy cement. The celery with raisins, ants on a log. Big bumps on skulls. The frozen food section, the Arctic bear traps. Our turn to play cut. Waiting plainly for our next tourist polar ice cap excursion. We could get out. Observe this koala care bed. Pink balloons at checkout signal awareness. Our time is almost up. Meat spread spreads us too thin. Ginger ale fizz bubbles. Dives to its death. Oranges and heads roll. Paper goods topple, shoppers revolt. Produce trucks ramrod our big bang. Mrs. pinned under the magic cart. Later, late night interviews me. I shake my head sadly, nod knowingly, and say, to be taken to the second location always ends in doom.
That was a poem by Jennifer MacBain-Stephens. It's called Fantasy in a Second Location. I pulled that recording of her reading her own piece from menacinghedge.com. You're going to hear 2 more by her later in the show. I have things a little bit shuffled today just to mix things up. Before that, you heard the remainder of the recording of Woodwind Trio, composed by Tyler Katz, performed on the Woodblocks by Travis Newman. And I pulled that from Tyler's SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/Tyler-Katz, K-A-T-Z, of course. And I didn't mention this, but the Flash in a Pan website is flashinapan.com, so you can find more of their stuff there. Up next, I'm going to play a duo performed by Alexandro Cazares on the bass and Sean Miller on the alto saxophone. This is a piece called Extra Temporal Deviations, composed by Alex Spenceri. And in case you're just tuning in, these two and everybody else you're hearing today will be performing Friday night at the Java House as part of the iHearIC concert.
Under the bassinet. Even amoeba-sized, I knew her as Maddie. Her hair like mine, but less of it. Eyes the color of Vegas glitz the morning after. Mrs. slapped the mascara right off us. My twin bird was a hidden electrical eel. My voice, like caulk, I'd find parts of her along room corners when she was distressed. Nails embedded in the shag carpet, hair intertwined with humidifier cords, tiny blood droplets over sanded cherry floor finishes. Always the dust, maniacal invasions up our noses, our laughs whirring industrial machinery or just intimidating insects. Emptied humidifier alarm drowned out the yelling. We practiced our own psychotic alphabet. A without list, miniature accordion, metal pot, plastic rainbow horn, lion-faced kettle, pink teaspoons. We were the instruments. A swinging cradle, our Grand Canyon campground, skinned our knees and the silver minnows we pretended to catch. Then one night we let the bears in, slaughtered whoever said we couldn't play.
Some incredibly dark poetry there by Jennifer MacBain-Stephens. That was called Under the Bassinet. And if you want to check out more of her stuff, and there is plenty of it out there, she has a blog. It's jennifermacbainstephens.wordpress.com. That's last name is MacBainStephens, and there's no hyphens or anything in that URL, but there is in her real name in real life. And before that was Extratemporal Deviations, composed by Alex Spenceri, performed by Alexandro Cazares and Sean Miller. And may I remind you that all of these artists will be performing live this Friday night at the Java House at a wonderful mix of art and music and poetry. It's going to be very fun. I hope you can make it if you're interested. And I hope you're interested in what's coming next, because it's today's weather report. It's 4:30 p.m. There's a bunch of snow flying around out there. It's currently 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels 21 degrees Fahrenheit. There's some wind, 5 miles per hour from the north. That's all you need to know. Just look out the window. You'll get it. Now we're going to return to some music by Alexandro Cazares. And again, he was the bassist in that music you heard a few minutes ago. In addition to that sort of contemporary classical piece that he performed there with Sean, he's also a jazz bassist. He's very good at that. And here I have a recording of him playing Alone Together, composed by Arthur Schwartz and Howard Dietz. And this also features Rain Diaz on the piano. Here we go.
Late to the party. Some half-breed called you a mole rat. I punched him in the teeth before I knew how to make a fist, disjointing my thumb. Weird blood sports, wearing striped knee socks to hide the bruises. Because you liked China, red, a sacred color to you, redder than flushed face, redder than quivering tonsils, wrapped the thumb up with crime scene tape. What Mr. and Mrs. lacked in attentive care, they made up for it in their doll collection. Laundered white cotton dresses every day. The white was blinding and a joke. Re-sewn eye buttons. Now Priscilla has the sight. Now Magnolia can see her own innards coming out the cat's rectum. We joked. We took the black sack Mr. gave you, used it to stuff mouse holes in the corner. Mr. never did have any creative vision. We hung Barbies from the closet ceiling, ticked off the minutes, hours. When Mrs. saw her dolls hung, she gurgled a strangled crow call. Dragged to the doghouse by our apron strings, a cross locked the door from the outside. Mrs. Phillips, watching from next door, hears the banging. She knows no other way.
That was Late to the Party, another poem written and read aloud by Jennifer MacBain-Stephens. Before that was Alone Together, performed by Alexandro Cazares and Rain Diaz. We're coming to a close today. I'm going to wrap up things a little bit short. I will remind you once more that we have a concert this Friday night at the Java House beginning at 8 p.m., featuring all of the artists that you heard on today's radio show, including the Dodge Street Duo, Tyler Katz, Alexandro Cazares with Sean Miller, and the poet that you just heard, Jennifer MacBain-Stephens. If that's something you're interested in, but you are going to miss Friday night's show, I will be playing clips from the concert next week on the radio. That will be, of course, February 24th at 4 p.m. I have a few other shows coming up in the area to plug, but I didn't put my list together properly, so let me just stumble through it. You can catch a show featuring Anthony Warden and the Illiterati, Panther Ray, Cult of Lip, and Stay Asleep at Gabe's on the 23rd, this Saturday, at 7 p.m. And then on Sunday, the 24th, at 7:30 at the Voxman Music Building on the university campus, the Center for New Music Ensemble will be performing. Sorry, I don't have the program in front of me, but I assure you it'll be an excellent performance. There's a play happening at CSPS up in Cedar Rapids. It's called Bully. I don't have all of the dates, but I know for sure it'll be on February 28th, March 1st, March 2nd. There may be a second weekend of that, but look it up if you're interested. And that will feature a performance by a friend of the show, Divine Huff. So once again, I guarantee that will be a good time. Yeah, that's all I've got there. If you enjoyed today's show and you like what we're doing here, please check out our website. It's iHearIC.com. You can find links to all of the stuff we do. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon. I record every episode of the radio show and release it online, which you can stream on iTunes, Google Play, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, or Stitcher. And I always put links to artists' websites and profiles in the episode descriptions as well. And if you are a musician, you have stuff you'd like us to hear, you have events coming up you want us to know about, you want to get in touch for any reason, the best way to do so is via our email address, which is ihearic@gmail.com. Before I go today, one more thank you to Michele Guild for calling in while she was on a plane earlier. She has a podcast as well that you may enjoy. It's called Welcome to My Show. Her name is spelled with one L. It's Michele. That'll make it a little easier to find her. And here is her description of the show that she wanted me to read out. It's trash, and if you're trash, you should listen to The Trash, a very bad show. So I think she's selling it pretty strongly there. Yeah, thanks again for listening to everyone who is tuning in live. My name's Justin. This is iHearIC Radio. I hope you all have a good week. Closing out with another one from Flash in the Pan. This is also from a live performance at Bowl Full of Blues. This is Woody Guthrie's What Does the Deep Sea Say?
the blown icy cold, please keep him warm for me. If only my dreaming soul some token of love could find. If only the waves could show me where he sleeps, then I'd leave this world behind. Oh, what does the deep sea say? What does the deep sea say? It moans, it groans, it splashes and it foams, and it rolls on its weary way. Beautiful rose one day I placed on the crest of a wave. I said, take it please, and let the petals fall above his watery grave. The driftwood I watched in vain, my rose never came back again. So waves take another message to my love, saying I'll be here above. Oh, what does the deep sea say? What does the deep sea say? It moans, it groans, it splashes and it foams, and it rolls on its weary way.
If you're struggling to pay the mortgage, Making Home Affordable is a free government resource that can make it easier. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.